Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Okay, who is ready for this live stream number 3 on the channel? Let me know if you're here. We're gonna get into it. Here I am. The big reveal. Hello, welcome everybody. I understand this is a pretty impromptu thing. I didn't really give too much announcement. I made a video about it. I understand that it didn't get out to a lot of people, and that's fine. This is strictly for me today. And if y'all enjoy it, I would love to keep doing it. I will keep doing it no matter what, because I love sports. So I'm not going to just stop just because nobody shows up. I understand YouTube is a business, and yeah, the algorithm is a real deal. So I might be the only one talking today to myself. That's okay though, because we're here to do this. This is the first episode of the Rise Up Reactions podcast. I'm gonna make an official video, or I might just call this. I might just make the live stream a video, make it a podcast. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But what I'm gonna be doing is recording some of this to post clips. Maybe it could be a YouTube Shorts, maybe small videos. about what I have learned. I want to make sure everything's rolling smoothly though, because nobody is in here yet. Means I can't tell if sound is good. That's gonna be an interesting part. So if y'all are here, let me know. Will Mac J, Callie, thank y'all for showing up. I appreciate y'all. I know Erica is here as well. Appreciate you. Don't know what y'all's view on sports are, but this is what it's gonna be. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you for telling me that. Because I was just gonna keep going and hope that it was good. Appreciate y'all for showing up though. It's going to be a sports podcast and we're just gonna do it. I kind of don't have a plan for this first episode, but I do want to talk about sports. So, if you don't like sports, I'm sorry. But that's what this is about. So, where should we start? I'm about to press record. I'm just gonna go into it. Let me pull a couple things up first, like the NFL schedule, because that is something that we're gonna be talking about. So I'm gonna get the schedule pulled up here so I can have all the games pulled up. Cool. So I'm gonna have it all here. A little bit so people can see. All right, so I'm gonna start recording here in a second because basically what this is a podcast for me to talk about sports and to get sports content. Like y'all know, actually I'm gonna make a video about what this is. We're gonna start recording. Hopefully this all doesn't glitch out or whatever. But I'm gonna make a video just explaining it really quickly. Y'all can hear it as well. Here we go. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Nick back with it. Wow, that is not my intro at all. Okay. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Nick from Rise Up Reactions. I'm back with another video today, explaining kind of what this is. So y'all who are watching this as a video have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm actually live right now doing episode 1 of the Rise Up Reactions podcast, and I would want to explain what this is going to be about. Basically, this is a podcast for me to talk about sports and kind of just what I think about the last week in sports. I'm going to try to do this every Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. So whenever you're seeing this, that is when I'm going to be live, is Mondays at 5 p.m. Central Time. Just talking about sports, and it could be football, basketball, baseball, whatever the sport is that y'all want me to talk about. I kind of want to make it, I'm going to have topics, but y'all can kind of lead the way with what I talk about. The main thing though right now, it's football season. I understand it's baseball season too right now. But football is kind of my main priority just because I know more about that than baseball. Definitely want to get into baseball eventually, but it's more about right now, it's going to be about football. But basically, what I'm going to do is go live every Monday for about an hour ish and just talk about sports and kind of give y'all my take on what's going on. And I hope that it will be fun for y'all, entertaining for y'all. I'm going to try to make it more entertaining as we go. As of right now, I just kind of be me talking. So hopefully as the series goes on, as the podcast goes on, it'll get more entertaining. Hopefully I can have some guests that join me as well. That's really my ultimate goal, is to have guests that will come and join me. So just wanted to explain that to y'all, that this is a podcast totally based on sports. I do reactions to music pretty much every day. I upload at least 5 or 6 times a week. I'll upload music, and I love doing that. But I also want to get back to my roots, which is sports. This channel used to be called Rise Up Sports, and I wanted to do more than just sports, so I kind of went full on reaction to music mode, and now trying to bring it back to sports a little bit as well. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. But if y'all are interested, please join me on a live stream on Mondays. That'd be awesome to see y'all there. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next Rise Up Reaction. That is how you record a video. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Everything I said in the video also is true to what I'm doing here. But yeah, y'all who are here already know what's going on. I appreciate all y'all for being here as well. So let's start. Where should we start? Kind of weird calling this a podcast when it's a live stream, but anyway. I'm gonna make it more official. I'm gonna hopefully have like a banner that says Rise Up Reactions Podcast or whatever, just in different transitions, stuff like that. I'll work on getting more stuff prepared for that. But let's start in the NFL. Start recording this. Yeah, so let's start in the NFL. This week I'm gonna go through kind of my picks. I made picks last week, and I'm gonna go through. Y'all can see the video on the channel as well. It's there about my picks for week 1 of the NFL season, but I'm gonna show y'all now. We'll see if this works. I think it should. I'm gonna blocking part of the screen. Let me make me a little smaller so y'all can see. Okay, so this is the NFL from this last week, and we're gonna go through it. So my picks. I picked the Chiefs over the Lions. That did not end up panning out for me. The Lions miraculously won. Not really. I mean, you could say it was kind of a miracle that they won. A lot of people picked the Chiefs in this one, but I think Travis Kelce being out, their star tight end, and then obviously Chris Jones, their best defensive player, was not. They both weren't playing, and so I think that was a big factor. But breaking news as of like an hour ago, as I'm recording this on this live stream, Chris Jones actually signed with the Chiefs for a 1-year deal. He was kind of holding out, but now he is back earlier than expected. He said it would be maybe week 8 when he came back, but it is now. So he's back, and Travis Kelce is probably getting closer to returning. So they're looking like they'll be healthy sooner rather than later. So this loss, it's the first game of the season. Don't really expect the Chiefs to just keep losing. And they barely lost. Like the Lions didn't really even play that well. The Chiefs for sure didn't play that well, but the Lions. So that's one way I guess you can look at it. The Chiefs were missing their 2 best players other than Patrick Mahomes. The Lions on their side of it, like they gotta be like, wow, like we just beat the Chiefs and we didn't even really play that well. So interesting first game. I'm gonna go through a lot of these pretty quickly just for the sake of time, but the Browns-Bengals game, most confusing game of the weekend by far. I mean, this one just didn't make a whole lot of sense. If you look at the stat line, like Joe Burrow just awful. 14 for 31 for 82 yards. It's just really bad. Joe Mixon, 4 yards a carry. I guess it's whatever. But then you look at the receivers, just didn't do anything. T. Higgins had 0 catches. And they lost 24-3, as you can see at the top of your screen. How is that possible? I'm not really sure. Deshaun Watson didn't even play that well. They just could not stop Nick Chubb, who ran 6 yards a carry. Jerome Ford got in there at the end of the game because it wasn't a competition. But yeah, it was not even competitive, and it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure exactly why. But the Bengals really haven't been playing good for the last couple of years. To begin the season, I didn't mean like the whole year, but the last couple of years to begin the season, the Bengals just have not seemed like they're really with it. If that makes any sense. I'm not taking too much out of it. I think the Bengals just had a terrible week. They were not ready to play. I mean, Joe Burrow was injured before the season started, so I mean, I guess like maybe that has something to do with it. I don't really know. Good win for the Browns. It's one of the only 5 that they'll get this year, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, good one for the Browns. Bengals, I'm not worried about. Texans, Ravens, it's classic. I live in Houston. I know Texans are bad. Started a rookie quarterback, had a rookie head coach. Really young team. Ravens are way better. Just on paper, they're way better. Sucks for the Ravens. J.K. Dobbins, their starting running back, is out for the year. That sucks. But the Ravens are way more talented everywhere than the Texans, and that's what kind of happened there. Big shocker was the Bucs-Vikings game. Baker Mayfield led the team to victory. As you can see, he played a pretty solid game. Kirk Cousins, I thought played solid as well, but he lost like 2 fumbles and threw an interception. Um, really, this one's hard to explain for me other than the turnovers. Baker just didn't turn the ball over, and the Bucks didn't turn the ball over, and they were able to squeak it out. I thought the margin between these two teams were way different, but apparently I'm wrong. I thought the Vikings were way better than the Bucks. Like I had the Bucks like winning like 4 games. Like I just didn't believe in them at all. Clearly, I'm wrong. Um, but going forward, I still don't have a lot of stock in the Bucks. I don't think they're going to be anything special. Baker just played a really good game, and if you want to bet on that happening more often than not, then go ahead. But for me, I'm going to stick with the Vikings are going to play better than the Bucks on a normal week. Another strange one. I'm going to actually, yeah, I don't really need to talk about the Falcons Panthers. The Falcons just running game was way better. Panthers have not a lot of talent on their team in general. Bryce Young struggled a lot, but it's because he has a bad offensive line. He has bad weapons. Panthers are looking really rough, and Falcons just ran the ball down their throat. Commanders, Cardinals, not shocking. These are 2 very mid teams. Cardinals are bad, actually, but they kept it close with the Commanders for some reason. I don't know how, but they did. Jags, Colts, as we go down here a little bit. Not the only surprising part was that the Colts kept it close. Anthony Richardson looks like he's going to be decent with his legs, but one thing I will say on Anthony Richardson for y'all who may be Colts fans or just Anthony Richards fans in general, he's going to have to learn to slide and not take hits, because that was his biggest downfall, in my opinion, was that he just ran until he got hit. And you can do that in college, you can't do that in the pros. That's something. He got hurt at the very end, so that's something he's gonna have to watch out for. Unfortunately, my favorite team, the Steelers, it was awful. I mean, just terrible. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this game in a different video. Maybe it might be like a minute clip or whatever. I'm thinking about making like shorts for these, for some of the instant recaps or whatever. That's probably not the right way to say that, but 49ers just looked dominant is honestly what it was. Steelers, I think, are going to be okay, but their offensive play calling just isn't very good. I think their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, is just not a good offensive coordinator. He just doesn't work with this team. And the 49ers roster is just insane. Titans Saints is one that I don't really care about. It's Derek Carr and Ryan Tannehill. Like, the battle of mid is what this game would be. Raiders Broncos, shocked that the Broncos lost. Honestly, Raiders are trying to tank, and the Broncos I thought would play better. That one's kind of weird to me. And then Eagles Patriots. Eagles are feeling the loss of their 2 coordinators. They lost their offensive and defensive coordinator. I think they kind of showed in this game, because they're having to like kind of look in a different direction and try to change it up a little bit. Jalen Hurts is still going to be really good. He didn't play that well, but I think it's just the coaches need to kind of glue it together. They'll be fine. I'm not worried about them. Patriots kept it competitive, though, and I think Patriots look pretty decent, honestly. The shocker of the week, other than the Cowboys-Giants game, which I'll talk about shortly, was the Rams Seahawks. Rams just took it to the Seahawks, and I don't really know what happened in this one. Like, in all honesty, I didn't watch all of this, but Matt Stafford just was really good. Kyron Williams looks like he's a really good running back, and they just didn't have any receivers to throw to, but they seemed to do just fine with a rookie. I don't even know how to say his name, to be honest. He went off, and then Tutu Atwell played well. Geno Smith, kind of looking like he's not the guy that they thought he was. He played great in his first game last year, but did not play great in this game at all. So shocker for sure on that one. Dolphins Chargers was crazy. I didn't watch all of it, but based on the score and based on just the offensive firepower that both of these teams have, Tua threw for 466 yards. Justin Herbert only threw for 228, but Austin Eckler ran the ball like crazy. It was kind of two different games. Justin Herbert kind of managed the game very well and let Austin Eckler kind of do his thing. And then Tua was throwing it all over the field. Tyreek Hill with 215 receiving yards. Interested, what did Jalen Waddle? Yeah, Jalen Waddle had 78 yards as well receiving. So, man, I really roasted the Dolphins in my prediction video. And I really thought the Dolphins were not going to do as well this year. But if Tua can stay healthy, I might be very wrong about them. That's what I'll say. Packers Bears. It was an interesting game to think about, but I think it came down to Jordan Love being experienced as a backup and kind of learning from Aaron Rodgers. That's a big experience boost. Justin Fields has kind of just been thrown in, and the Packers have a better offensive line, better running backs. And that's all they had to do is run the ball a lot and have Jordan Love not be pressured. And that's going to be the key for the Packers this year. I think they can really play well if only their offensive line can stay healthy and if their running game continues to be what it is. The Packers tests really are going to be really good, like defensive lines. When they have good defensive lines that can stop the run, that's going to be where it's going to be interesting for me. Bears just don't have that. And then the Cowboys, I'm going to make another video on this, but the Cowboys beat the Giants 40-0. Craziest, I think it's like the highest amount of points that, or the biggest deficit in like an opening game or something in NFL history. Some crazy stat like that. Giants were just awful. And I think more than the Cowboys, I think the Giants were just awful. But I'll make another video about that. Bills Jets tonight. As I'm recording this, y'all might see this tonight if I can edit it and get it out. I'm gonna try to do that. But Bills Jets, kind of expecting a pretty even game. I think I don't remember who I even took. It was a while ago and I remember my predictions. I could see it going either way though. I'll stick with what my prediction said. I don't remember what it was, but I could see it going either way. That's how like unbiased I am. So that is my kind of recap of this week. Let's see what my picks were. So I was 0-1 here, 0-2 here, 1-2, 1-3, 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 4-4. Who did I take here? Did I take the? I think I took the Saints. I think I did. 5-4, 5-5, 6-5, 6-6, 6-7. I think the Pack. I don't even remember who I took here. I'm somewhere around 500 this week. I'm not really sure. Not a good week. I'll make sure to have an accurate demonstration of this. But anyway, that is kind of going to do it for this first video. But yeah, crazy start to the NFL season. A lot of storylines. I'm gonna try to make like minute-long clips of me reacting to some of these games. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next Rise Up reaction. Alright, that's how you make another video. Let's read some of the comments from y'all. John, thank you for being here. I am doing well. Raiders fans are so happy that they finally are 1-0, or first so far. That's true. I didn't even think about that, Adrian. That's crazy because the Chiefs lost. Wait. Yeah, the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers all lost. That's crazy. I didn't even put that together. So they're 1-0, and the rest of the AFC West are 0-1. Wow. So they're the leaders in the division. That's crazy to me. If you're still here, Adrian, that is crazy. Cowboys, Giants are terrible in their first game. Yeah, they were bad. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's more about just like different storylines. I get into storylines so much, Roach Clip, and I think just the different, like, for instance, in the NFL, like for this first week, I think it's like some of these early games didn't have a lot of storylines, but I like seeing like the rookie quarterbacks, like Bryce Young for the Panthers starting. And then you had Anthony Richardson for the Colts starting his first game. I love seeing that kind of stuff. And then when you have an upset like the Lions Chiefs is always fun. Um, when you have your favorite team do well or play terrible, the historic numbers of the Cowboys beating the Giants, like stuff like that to me is really exciting to talk about and to kind of think about like what's going to happen. And also predicting is really fun. So that's kind of where I get that from. But yeah. So next, I think I'm going to make a quick video of what I think of the Cowboys and Giants. I just want to do that because I think it would be interesting to do. I'm going to do that right now. How should I'm going to make it. Oh, no, I don't want this. So I can kind of zoom. Let me make this zoom in on here. Will this work? Hold on. Yeah, I'll do this. So now when I scroll down, I can clip it the right way. I'm going to try to do. So let's see. George Cliff said the story is exactly because, unlike BMX and skateboarding, they tell you about the athletes and their history before they run. And yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to try to do this in a minute. I'm going to try to make this a series, honestly, like either YouTube Shorts or on TikTok or both. I'm going to try to do it in like a minute. Just kind of give you my my recap. Do I follow wrestling? I do not actually. I don't actually follow the wrestling. Okay. So, how can I do this in a minute? That's going to be the big question. That's going to be my goal, is to do it in under a minute. And we'll see if we can do it, because I know YouTube Shorts only lets you upload videos that are under a minute. So let's do it. Here we go. And the recording probably will be more than a minute, but I'm going to try to do my thing in under. Here we go. Here is my recap of the Cowboys Giants game in under a minute. Here we go. So the Dallas Cowboys beat the New York Giants 40-0 opening week. What do I think? Overall opinion, the Cowboys defense is insane. They didn't have to do anything on offense. If you look at their numbers here, Dak Prescott only threw 24 passes and only for 143 yards. The running game was good. They had 5 yards per carry for Tony Pollard, but it was really their defense. If you look down, you had an interception for Gilmore, interception for Deron Bland here, and they had a ton of sacks. You can just see all the sacks they had. That was the biggest thing. The special teams were great. They blocked a kick that returned it for a touchdown. And then the Giants, Daniel Jones did play bad, really bad. They couldn't run the ball, and they really couldn't run the ball because they had to throw, because they were down so much. So that's kind of my recap of it. Big picture, I think Daniel Jones is okay, but you have to kind of look at your expectations for the Giants and realize that they're not going to be anything that special. And I think the Cowboys, they're going to have to not take this and think, okay, well, we beat them 40-0. It's like, no, well, your defense did the whole thing, and it just kind of derailed the Giants. That's my take. I don't know if that was under a minute or not, but if anybody was counting, let me know. And I don't know that I was looking at the camera because I was trying to look up the stats all at once. But I'm going to try to do stuff like that. I think that would be interesting. Instead of making full videos on stuff, to do like a minute breakdown. What else? I'm going to take a couple of these games that I think was cool to break down. Rams, I think maybe the Packers I'll do because they're pretty interesting. So I'm going to do this. But I don't know. Zach the Ball is probably not here, but if he is, he would love this. Try that again for this. Hey, I'm giving my thoughts about the Green Bay Packers Chicago Bears Week 1 game in under a minute. Here we go. Green Bay beat the Bears 38-20. Basically, in this game, it was going to be interesting. It's between Jordan Love and Justin Fields. Wanted to see what Jordan Love is made of, really, because he, you know, sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 4 years. Basically, this score I think is a little bit of an outlier. I do think they played well. I think Jordan Love played well, but really, when you look at it, he threw the ball decent. But when you look at the running game, I feel like even though they didn't run the ball well, Aaron Jones was kind of like a safety blanket. You see, he had 2 catches for 86 yards. He threw a lot to the tight end. He made some nice throws. I'll give him that. But I think the protection he had in the running game is going to be huge for Jordan Love. For Justin Fields, he's the opposite. He didn't have a running game really, and he had to throw the ball a lot and make plays with his legs, and he just couldn't do it. Jordan Love has the offensive line, the running backs, and the defense that Justin Fields doesn't have. Boom. Another one down. Let me know if y'all are still here and watching as well. Let's do, who else do we want to do? I'm gonna do the Dolphin. Should I? I'm not gonna do. Who else should I get? I don't think I want to do any others because I mean they're okay, but they're not amazing. But I do want to talk about college football for a second. Let me look up college football. I don't understand the terminology or who he's talking about. Passion. That's funny. I appreciate you. I'm trying to look up college football. Not whatever that was. College football. Okay. Wanted to talk about Texas, the University of Texas. They just beat Alabama. I know most of y'all know who Alabama is. Y'all have to know who Alabama is, right? Let's talk about this. Under a minute. Here we go. Oh, wait. I forgot to switch. There. All right. Here we go. Hey, it's Rise Up Reactions. We are breaking down the Texas Longhorns win over the Alabama Crimson Tide. In under a minute, here we go. So Texas came into this game. It says now they're the 4C or the 4th ranked team. Alabama's 10. It was kind of flip flop before that. Basically, in this game, it came down to Alabama's quarterback play is worse than it's been in like 5 years. I mean, Jalen Milroe here. I mean, he threw 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks. Quinn Ewers had the game of his life for Texas to me. I mean, he played absolutely amazing football. And to me, I honestly think Texas defense is the real deal. They have some crazy good receivers as well. If we go in here, look at the receivers. They had Jatavian Sanders, who I've never heard of, but Adonai Mitchell and Xavier Worthy, I think, are 2 of the best receivers in the country. And when you have guys like this and Quinn Ewers playing a complete game, that's what I thought it came down to was, can Quinn Ewers have a complete game without any screw ups? And he did that. So Texas and Alabama, I don't think they're too far apart. I mean, Texas just beat them. So I think honestly, I could see both of these teams in the Final Four competing for a national title this year. All right, there's that. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Are there any football or basketball or anything I've seen? That's kind of the majority of what I wanted to talk about. Let me know. Let me know. Trying to think what else would be. I'm from South Dakota. Where are states for? Bull riding. That's okay. That's cool. South Dakota. That's pretty sick. Yeah, that Cowboys was crazy. What else? I'm trying to think of what else happened. We did NFL, we did college football. Kind of it. That's the main. College football wasn't really that exciting this weekend, other than that Texas Alabama game. Trying to think of anything else. If y'all know of anything that happened this last week in sports, let me know, because that was kind of. I could go deeper into things, but I'm realizing with this, I'm gonna need either a guest with me to talk about stuff, or something like. Maybe I'll try to get a guest. I don't know anything about sports. Yeah, I know. That's the thing with me doing music reactions and stuff. I know that my audience is not gonna be a sports fan audience, but I've said to myself from the beginning that I'm doing this like for my enjoyment and for my I have a knowledge about it. And oh, I know what I need to do. I need to make my picks for this next week. That's what I need to do. That's what I'll end with. But I know a lot of my supporters probably don't know much about sports, and that's okay. Okay, let me look up the schedule, and I can make. Oh, schedule. Ew. I haven't even looked at this actually at all, so it'll be interesting to see. All right. I'm gonna try to go quicker through this because, like I said, I'm trying to make music reactions kind of my main thing on my channel, and then have clips of sports mixed in. If that makes sense. I don't listen to anything about sports because, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do this a little quicker just because I don't want to make like 15-minute videos. But I'm gonna kind of give my first instant reaction on a lot of these, and yeah, do it. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Nick from Rise Up Reactions, and I'm back making my picks for week 2 of the NFL season. I am live right now on my YouTube channel, on the Rise Up Reactions podcast. This is episode 1 of the podcast, where I'm gonna make my picks every week. I'm gonna talk about my picks from the last week, and that's kind of how we're gonna do things. So if y'all want to be in on it live and chat with me while we do it, let me know. Not let me know, just show up. It's Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Anyway, here we go. Let's do it. Okay. Y'all can see them here. We're going to start out Thursday night. Vikings, Eagles. The Vikings came off a disappointing loss. The Eagles, a very lackluster win, if you can even say that. That might not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but they didn't look very convincing. So I'm going to take the Eagles here. I think the Eagles defense. Now, it did take a step back from last year, but I think they're still good. Excuse me. I'm sorry, everybody. That's when I can edit out in a video, but I can't during a live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles, even though I think it's really, I should say the Vikings defense is just that bad. I don't think the Eagles defense is that great, but it's really the battle of the defenses because both offenses are pretty like electric. They have a lot of playmakers. But I'm just gonna take the Eagles to run the ball, kind of down the Vikings through. Ravens Bengals is an interesting one, because the Bengals came off a terrible loss, and then they have to play another AFC North opponent in week 2, which is the Ravens. I think the Bengals are at home because I think the bottom team's on the home team. I'm gonna take the Bengals here. The Ravens are gonna go to 1-1. Bengals also will go to 1-1. Seahawks Lions, interesting one as well. Seahawks came off a bad loss in week 1. Lions are hyped up after a big win in week 1. The Lions have more rest time. I think that gives the edge to the Lions here. When you have the Colts Texans, it's always going to be a terrible game because both of these teams are bad. 2 rookie quarterbacks playing each other. They're both 0-1, but one of them will have a win after this game. So, surely to me, it's the battle of Anthony Richardson versus CJ Stroud. And I don't even know what the status is on Anthony Richardson. He might still be hurt. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to the Colts. I think the Colts. Actually, no. It's in Houston. I'm gonna take the Texans. Don't go away from my home team. I'm gonna take the Texans because they're at home. Really, if it was in Indianapolis, I probably would take the Colts. But I will take CJ Stroud to win his first game. The Bears Bucks. Like Baker's coming off a win. Do I start them 2-0? Do I really do that? Or do I think Justin Fields rebounds? I think the Bucks will win this one as well. I realize I have taken like every home team so far, but that's going to change here when I pick the Chiefs over the Jags. The Chiefs are not going to lose 2 in a row. They just don't do that. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. Just mainly because they're not going to lose 2 in a row. Packers Falcons, interesting one here as well. Jordan Love looked really good in his first game. And the Falcons, yeah, they have Bijan Robinson, who could probably, I don't think that he's going to, because I don't think they'll utilize him as much, but he could win Offensive Player of the Year with how good I think he can be. But the Packers, I think, will go on the road and start 2-0 and beat the Falcons. Raiders Bills. I haven't even seen the Bills play Week 1 yet, but I think the Bills will beat the Raiders because the Raiders are bad. Chargers Titans. Man, I want to go easy Chargers, but for some reason I'm feeling like the Titans might put up a fight. I'm going to take the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert is way superior to Ryan Tannehill. 49ers Rams, one that should be an easy win for the 49ers, but Rams look good in Week 1. But the 49ers just dominated their opponents in Week 1. So I'm going to take the Niners here. Giants Cardinals. Another one that's kind of interesting. Actually, no. Why am I saying that? It's not interesting. The Cardinals are going to whoop. I meant to say the Giants. The Giants are going to whoop up on the Cardinals. They had one of the most embarrassing losses probably in NFL history, but I think they'll beat the Cardinals because the Cardinals just are tanking at this point. Jets Cowboys, very interesting game. Probably the game of the week. Again, I haven't seen the Jets play yet. It's got to be the Cowboys. The Cowboys just look too dominant. I think the Jets might win Week 1, but I think they'll lose in Dallas. I think the Cowboys will win. Commanders Broncos. I'm losing my train of thought here as I'm going through this. Commanders Broncos. I have to go Broncos. I can't have Russell Wilson start 0-2. That just, to me, doesn't seem like it's feasible to have happen. Dolphins Patriots, Sunday night football game. Wait. This is weird because they have 2 Monday night games. Interesting. Dolphins Patriots in Week 2 on Sunday night football. Very interesting game. Patriots are going to start out 0-2. That's just going to happen. Dolphins will win this one, in my opinion. Saints Panthers. Why is this a Monday night game? I don't know. The Saints will beat the Panthers. Panthers are pretty much the worst team in the league other than the Cardinals, in my opinion. Browns Steelers on Monday night. I think the Steelers will get a win here. They are really good on primetime, and they're my team. So I'm taking the Steelers here. So that is my predictions. Very quickly going through them again. I'm going to take the Eagles, Bengals, Lions, Texans. I'm going to take the Bucks, the Chiefs. We're going to go Packers here, Bills, Chargers, 49ers, Giants, Cowboys. We're going to go with the Broncos, with the the Dolphins, the Saints, and the Steelers. So that is my predictions for Week 2. Let me know what you think. If you think anything's going to be different, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate y'all for watching, and thank you, and I will see you on the next Rise Up reaction. Boom. That's how you do it right there. I said I was going to have 100% accuracy on my last week's predictions, and I had about 50% accuracy, so we're going to try to improve that. Like, if I sent a package for 4 Rise Up reactions to PO Box for reaction therapy, would you accept it? Absolutely. definitely. Yeah, I mean, all you have to I mean, it's not um that PO box is just our personal PO box. It's not like full reaction therapy or yeah, I mean, if you send it to that PO box, it'll you could send it to John Smith and we would get it. I mean, they might question you a little bit like why are you sending it to John Smith? But yeah, it's you can totally send it there. I guess I should say I don't have another PO box. Like that is the PO box that I have. Background's sick. Thank you. I would love. Thank you. Um, that's all I wanted to do today. Let me know if y'all have any questions, concerns, anything about um reaction therapy or my channel or anything else. Let me know because I am here. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna take a second to move out of the camera. I need something, and I gotta get that. Okay. Yep. Okay. I think I'm the last one standing. Anybody who's still here, thank y'all so much. I know this is, um, y'all do not have to be at this, but I appreciate y'all for being here. Hopefully it'll get bigger as we grow a little bit more. I think hopefully putting out more like consistent sports content will help. Instead of just like music all the time, because if I would have named this live reactions or something, I would probably have more people in here, but because it's sports, I understand that not everybody's going to want to come, but for me, like I would want to make these videos anyway, no matter if I was doing it by myself. Um, so I say all that to say I wanted to do this because I would rather stream it where other people can hear my takes than just do it by myself. It's more enjoyable, especially if I can even talk to a few of y'all. I think it's more fun to do that than to just do it on my time. I do have reactions to do tonight, but yeah, so I would rather do it in front of people. That is why I'm doing this. Anyway, I will give a quick shout out. I'm not sure if Trev Reacts is going live tonight, but Trev Reacts, another reaction channel that we personally know. Me and Tom from Reaction Therapy know Trev. We've interviewed him on our podcast. I think he's probably going live tonight. Usually every Monday he does. So go make sure you go hit him up, like and a subscribe. Like this type of stream, I appreciate that. I'll be here every Monday 5 p.m. It's probably gonna be around the same length. I like to do a couple of like I want to do like instant reactions, like a minute reactions to different things. Give my picks, my recap from the week, college football news, anything that stood out, stuff like that. It's gonna be kind of the same format every week. When we get some NBA stuff or Major League Baseball playoff stuff, I'll probably do that as well. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all for all sticking around. I'm gonna go possibly do some music reactions now. Always make sure to hit up my Google form where you can I'll react to about 80% of what's put in there. What I typically do. So if y'all want me to react to something, I'll put it in there. Yeah, I think that will do it. If you ever have questions about PBR, sorry. Max or BMAX, I know nothing about. Gotcha. Yeah, if I have questions about that, I will let you know. Alright, guys. Appreciate y'all. In Premiere, I don't have another screen to go to after this. I have my starting screen, but I don't want to bring out to that. But I'll just end it right here. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I will see you on the next episode. Wait, hold on. I gotta end this correctly because this is also going as a podcast. So, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you on the next episode of the Rise Up Reactions podcast. See you later.